is what's his name, Mr. B? His artist name. Who's that guy, man? This guy. I forget his name. The one Mo was complaining about that the footage got ruined. Angelique, yes. Guys, I'm saying his real name and forgetting his artist name. So those are some of my highlights from last year, and this year promises to be bigger and better, man. So that is going to be taking place on the 23rd of May, which is next week Saturday. But for now, we're still giving you all-encompassing, compelling, and of course thought-provoking conversations aimed at improving, or rather giving so much knowledge to both you and I. How we can engage each other is by you using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. It needs not end there. It continues on our WhatsApp line. Dial the number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. So Africa Month and Africa Day. I, for one, will be honest with you. It wasn't until last year, through the power of the Vooka Breakfast Show, that I attended, or rather took note and cognizance of celebrating Africa Month and Africa Day. So you are asking, what is Africa Day? I want to find out from you. If you are like me, have you celebrated Africa Month and Africa Day? And if not, why not? Were you aware that the month of May not only is dedicated to workers, because we know that on the 2nd or 1st of May we celebrate National Workers' Day, right? But it is also dedicated to the celebration of this beautiful continent that both you and I are born in, the continent that is referred to the motherland, the continent where life started. And you would know that right here in South Africa is where the cradle of humankind is situated, as one of the eight wonders of the world, right? And so how is it that you're not knowledgeable about this? Why is it that you are not knowledgeable about the month of May and celebrating all things Africa? So this is coming from all things regalia, attire, the languages that we speak. I think, is it in Nigeria or somewhere where they have over 100 dialects, not languages, but dialects that are spoken. And you would know that in our own very country of South Africa, not DNA, just RSA, right? We have 11 official languages, but the 12th one that is not necessarily officialized is sign language. But we know that sign language is something that is all over the world. It just has different dialects as well, I guess, if I were to put it that way, right? And so it's all in celebration of that. The food, the culture, the traditions, the spirituality, because now everyone is getting into their woke level or their woke era of saying that they are tapping into their African spirituality, which is quite a conversation that brings up quite a lot of contention when a lot of people consider and think of African spirituality, right? And so that is going to be the conversation this morning. So talk to me. Africa Month, Africa Day. Now that you have learned and you know about Africa Day just a bit, because we're going to be diving into it slightly a bit more, I want to find out from you, what do you think you will do to commemorate the month of Africa? What do you think you will say? Are you going to cook up your traditional food? Are you going to rock your traditional way? Or are you going to be listening to traditional music? I mean, a couple of days ago, I sang a song from a stage play or musical, rather, that I was a part of a couple of years ago. And it's in isiZulu, and it goes, you know, so would you celebrate it in that manner? I think it would be interesting to find out. But we as the Vooka Breakfast Show are going to be hanging out at the Maurice Isaacson Center for Music, and that's how we're going to be paying homage to the motherland and Africa. Mr. P, talk to me, my brother.
Yeah, it's sad, bro, because
it's sad
in the news, man. You're right.
Okay.
What's happening in town? Some of these foreign-owned shops.
All right, I've been looted and I've been kicked out.
So, I mean, it happens in Africa Month where we should be united.
Absolutely.
Right? But maybe it's something we can, go into a little bit, because there's two sides of the camp. Because they're not saying everyone should be
kicked out
or
deported.
But it's like hey, if you are undocumented, then you should come back to the country when you are documented.
Absolutely, through the right channels.
But obviously, we know that these are our African brothers and sisters. And obviously, the conversation around, hey, if a European comes through, do we do the same? I mean, we'll unpack that as well.
Sure.
But this is what's happening right now in the country, which is
quite sad.
Yeah.
It is quite sad. And I don't know, someone I heard on social media one of these posts, because there's quite a lot happening, especially in town, in the CBD, where people are protesting and striking, and people's shops are being looted and things of that nature. And this person was like, on some level, and I don't want to turn the conversation political, but on some level, just in reference to what you just mentioned, that is this not feeding power into a certain narrative that we as black brothers and sisters are not standing together, and
that we're divided?
Absolutely,
because the borders are something that we did not
have.
We didn't have, right?
In the olden days,
mind you, the fact that there are borders and it's being enforced even by us. It just goes to show, Guti, there's something at play here.
And it's always perpetuated in very small ways, right? Absolutely. So you're wondering what Africa Day is. Africa Day is an annual commemoration of the foundation of the Organization of African Unity, celebrated on the 25th, or rather, it was instituted and started on the 25th of May back in 1963. It is celebrated in various countries in Africa as well as around the world. The organization was replaced by the African Union on the 9th of July back in 2002. But the holiday continues to be celebrated on the 25th of May. The first Congress of Independent African States was held in Accra, which is in Ghana, on the 15th of April back in 1958. Right? It was convened by the Prime Minister of Ghana, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. I don't know if you know Kwame Nkrumah, but he's someone who was quite formidable and we learned about back in high school in history. And this comprised of representatives from Egypt, then a constituent part of the United Arab Republic, Ethiopia, Liberia, Libya, Morocco, Sudan, Tunisia, the Union of the Peoples of Cameroon, and the host country, Ghana. The Union of South Africa was not invited. The conference showcased progress of liberation movements on the African continent, in addition to symbolizing the determination of the people of Africa to free themselves from foreign domination and exploitation. Although the Pan-African Congress had been working towards similar goals since its foundation in the 1900s, this was the first time such a meeting had taken place on African soil. Oh man, that's. I mean, you can see where, when it was instituted and it was formed, it was in hopes and in the aim and in the goal of uniting all African countries and regions and peoples of this continent, this beautiful continent that we live in, this rich continent that we live in. But years later, it's gotten to a point where, like Mr. B has just said, is very, very, very sad. So 28 minutes after the hour, 8 o'clock. Afriberry, I don't know. Now, like I mentioned, and I'll be honest, I wasn't as cognizant as I am now, and I wasn't as aware as I am now of the celebration of Africa Day and Africa Month. But now I am, and I'm going to take it a bit more seriously moving on with my life. I don't know about you. Not before last year, were you aware? Did you celebrate?
I actually was aware of Africa Day, and I did celebrate it quite a couple of times. I think for me, it's mainly because when I grew up here in Soweto, and then my grandmother, there was a time when she lived in Jozi. So I used to have Congolese friends growing up as a kid. I had Ghanaian friends, I had Nigerian friends growing up as a kid. So I grew up more exposed to the diversity of Africa as a young child, and that's where I actually learned and became more aware of such a thing as Africa Day because of my friends from other African countries. And I always loved the fact that there's a special day for us besides here celebrating Heritage Day, but there's a special day for us to actually come together as Africa and unite and actually celebrate our history and celebrate where we're coming from and celebrate to where we are actually going. Those are amazing things. But you know what? Let me hold that thought because right now we'll be back. Let's just get a glass of water and come back.
Hashtag Live for Radio. The Underground.
Yeah. Stepping in the spot like she own it. Looking like the world is your runway. She can set it off like a gunplay. Oh my. Yeah. Talk of the city with the body. Always getting praised like it's Sunday. She said, baby, what you gonna do about it? Loving your vibe, girl. That energy got me going. Yeah. That thing's so vibrant. I wanna know if you can give me the keys to your heart, baby. All I need is you. All I need is you. Ewe mule, you right next to me. Moji mule na vane myaila.
Africa Month invites us to not only celebrate where we are going, but also gently reflect on where we're coming from. If history had a group chat, what message would Africa send us today? And I'm afraid of the message that we would actually get as Africa, especially looking for the fact that I am South African. And you take a look at things that are happening today and how everything has affected negatively. Like our the marches have kind of put on a negative face for us as South Africans, to such a point that we are probably not even seen as a safe country right now, as a safe haven. We are now seen as the xenophobic country. But in a way, when you also look at that, it also comes back to the fact that there were also laws and rules that are also meant out for people to actually abide by and actually follow. Because when you go to other countries, you need to, if you do not have a visa that's valid, you immediately get deported. I think in a way, it's a kind of two-sided situation. But anyway, it's a sunny day in Africa Month this morning, and music is playing, as you can hear it. And obviously the coffee is brewing because we're enjoying some morning warm-up and conversations are flowing. Someone mentions how Africa's stories, languages, and innovations are shaping the future, but also how understanding the past helps us build something better together. Now, when we look at the different perspectives that also come into talk, because there's also like one view that is stating that acknowledging historical challenges helps us build empathy, unity, and better decision making today. And another perspective could also be the fact that celebrating resilience, creativity, and progress is the most powerful response to history. And many educators and social researchers also agree that societies that openly learn from their past often build stronger, more inclusive communities, especially when the focus is growth, not guilt. So at this moment, our focus as Africans should be growth and not guilt, because we have seen last year when the US said that it's no longer going to help Africa. It was now a time for us. So last year was actually the perfect time for us to actually unify and come together as Africans. I feel like what Donald Trump did was actually kind of like a way to actually wake us up as Africans, to say that it's about time that we take back the power that was taken away from us a long time ago. It's about time that we now produce our own mineral resources instead of having them taken out into other countries where they actually exploit the minerals that we have. There are movies that tell stories about the resilience of Africans and the struggles of Africans. Take a look at Blood Diamond. It talks about the Congolese mines where Africans are taken to become slaves to mine for diamonds and to earn the bare minimum where they can actually survive from. These are stories that we need to take history from. These are stories that need to build us as Africans. These are stories that need to unify us as Africans, bring us together so we can become one, bring us together so we can be the amazing continent that we were always meant to be, the amazing continent that we have always been. This is a time for us to stand together, unify, and you know what, I believe that it's time for us to stand up, Moose. What do you think? I mean, it's time for us to come together and stand up and actually be the amazing continent that we are, because we have so much to give to the world. We have seen, including from in the entertainment industry, Africa has produced so many music legends. Your Fela Kuti, Miriam Makeba, Hugh Masekela. It's time for us to just come together and be one.
It's funny that you mentioned music, right? And the level of talent and genius and greatness in artistry. Now I look more like myself. Now it's seeming it's funny. But you're absolutely right. The continent has given the world so much. So the world. I'm not talking parts of the continent, or like the continent in itself has given so much to the entire world, right? But specifically, as you mentioned, music. I don't know, Mr. B, if you noticed. I don't know if you saw Afriberry. Who's this lady who is in this movie with Ariana Grande? Is it Wicked?
Cynthia
Erivo, right? A black lady herself. But there's a movie set to come out.
Miriam Makeba.
The biopic of Miriam Makeba, and there's a snippet video that was trending a couple of weeks ago, but is still available on social media. I'm sure if you were to look it up, you would find it. And this video is of Cynthia Erivo singing, I think, is it Pata Pata, ne? Or something like that.
Yes, she couldn't even sing the words correctly.
So here's the thing, and this is where the contention comes in, man. This is where it becomes quite interesting, right? Because she's singing Pata Pata, and look, I myself as a South African still battle with clicking my tongue, because I am Tswana born by origin, right? And so it takes just a bit of understanding and a bit of knowledge into how the different languages we have in the country work. So, for instance, in isiXhosa, Anoka Sotho, they do it. In isiZulu, quite a lot of Nguni spoken languages, they click their tongue in various ways, either at the front of their mouth or at the back, right? I mean, even in the title of the language of it, isiXhosa, you're clicking your tongue. I can't click my tongue at the front of my mouth to save my life. So when I say I had bread and eggs in the morning, in isiZulu, I would go something like, I can't do that. I can't do that to save my life, right? And I struggle with it. But I'm okay with it because it's fine. I can't do it. As much as I know someone else who is a Nguni speaking person, there are certain words that they can't pronounce themselves the way I would pronounce them ka language ya ko gae ya Setswana, right? I know Mr. B is one of those people who is still struggling with Setswana to this day, but he's learning, right? For conversation's sake, we can talk and you can hear, you can understand, but it's not really necessarily your mother tongue. So the contention here with a lot of people on social media comes in the sense that they're saying that, especially a lot of South Africans, and the lines are very split in the middle. People are saying, nah, man, it shouldn't matter whether the actor or the artist is South African or not. But on the other side, on the other side of the coin, South Africans are saying that, guys, we need someone who really understands, firstly, the history. And we were talking about history yesterday, Mr. B, right? And it was supposed to have been Mr. Mo's hot take on Wednesday. But someone who firstly understands the history of South Africa, in accordance to that, the history that Miriam Makeba went through as someone who was an adult during the apartheid era herself, right? And at some point was exiled, and at some point was creating and putting out and producing music that was in direct contention of what
big shot or not, or somebody that's not a big shot. If it's interesting to me, number one, I get pulled by the title itself. If the title for me it's interesting and the cover for me looks fascinating because I love pictures, so for me it's pictures pictures. If the picture and the cover attracts me, then I'm definitely going to look or watch at that movie. It does not matter whether it's a famous artist or not. There are some movies or some series that I haven't watched and they have major big shots because I'm just solely not interested. I've seen them in different plays and I'm like, you know what, this person feels like I've almost in almost each and every single movie they're playing one and the same person. So for me, I'd rather watch somebody who's still undiscovered, who still has raw talent, because I feel like there's still more that you can learn from this person. When it comes to my creative side, there's still more that I can learn from this person. As somebody who's also trying to tap into the acting industry, I'd rather learn for somebody who's still new, because that person got a chance. So that means that even for me, a person who's still learning, I can still get a chance. So for me, that's what it means when it comes to watching movies that have no relation to big stars at all.
So here's the thing, Mr. P.
Sorry, but are you answering from?
I'm answering on both sides. I answered from as a normal person, I would still watch a movie that does not have a big shot. And then from the creative side, the reason why I'd actually watch it is to also see what or what, but I can still do that. So for me, yeah, it's definitely something that I would definitely watch, and it's something that I have been doing and still doing.
It's I don't know, it's a tricky one a bit. As a non-artist, as a normal citizen of society, look, chances are, outside taking off my creative and artistic hat, chances are I wouldn't be interested at first hand. Okay, that's just another one of those movies. You know, when you see a trailer, it's like, it's get a movie too, man. It's just
another one.
It's just yeah. I'll make an example of something a lot of South Africans love, and I think it's now in its second season, if not third, or preparing for a third. Shaka Ilembe, which came out 2 years ago, right? Shaka Ilembe. At first, when I heard about it, I was like, and I hadn't seen the trailer. I just heard, there's a series coming out talking about the story of Ushaga, right? At first, I was really not interested. Because, guys, we've done so much of Shaga. We have, and that's how that's how I felt at the time, right? In the sense that growing up, we had the the Shaga story. And then secondly, I was so close to auditioning for Shaga the musical, right? And so even growing up, we heard a lot about the story of Ushaga, Shaga Zulu. We have songs, we have caricatures, we have quite a lot of things that we grew up with, referencing the story and the person who was Shaga. It wasn't until I saw the trailer, the proper, I think 5-minute trailer or something like that, where I wasn't intrigued by the storyline, but I was intrigued by the visuals. I was intrigued by the level of artistry. I was intrigued, and I was triggered by the level of actor and just the caliber of artistry that was in the cast, man. Like, they really took so much time to put effort into that production. Like, just the production, man, the clothes, the hair, the costumes, the settings. It was, and then to have Muso Khoza come through as the musician to do the theme song. Come on, man. Come on, right? And then eventually I then watched 1 or 2 episodes, and then I was like, okay, it's a different style, or it's a different approach to the story of Ushaga, where now we're learning about him from a young age and not this Henry Cele perception that we have, as growing up. Then, do you get what I'm just trying to go with it, Mr. Bean? Then, so at first hand, as just a MooCee, a normal person, I probably wouldn't necessarily be interested at first hand. But eventually, looking at it and maybe finding a bit more about it, then I would want to find out, okay, like with the Winnie Mandela, like I said, the thing, I want to find out the approach. I want to see where they're going with the story and how the narrative is. So I would probably be intrigued later and be interested later. As an artist, yes, I would absolutely be interested. One, to find out why did they pick an Afriberry to play that role? Why did they pick a Mr. B to play that role? Why is MooCee in that? Why didn't they bring in a big established artist who can take up that role and probably do an amazing job. So it's a bit tricky, but that's where I think, or that's how I would approach a production in that aspect. So 49 minutes after the hour, 8 o'clock, what I want us to do is very quickly go for a break, grab a glass of water and rehydrate, see each other after the break, and then we continue giving you a daily dose of positivity that is accompanied by an energetic start to the day.
You're chilling with your boy Moeketsi, my man, aka Max for maximum temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature. Let's go.
Famous Naomi P. Umkabayi Gamakustazana.
Hang out with myself, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is MooCee Mist.
On the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Brothers and sisters!
Check this out.
High definition radio. The underground.
Shall we proceed?
Welcome back now. So one of the other things that I actually like to discuss today is how we need to be selfish as people. Because I think it's about time that people just become selfish. And I have discovered, I'm talking about this actually, because I've discovered that I've been giving more of myself lately, a lot actually, since from last year. And this year, it's about time that I become selfish with my time, with my space, with my energy, just yonke intombeo. Like I am tired of just giving myself. And I think as a country or as people in general, we all need to learn how to be selfish, because we end up giving so much to so many people and we end up being taken for granted, be it in relationships, being at a home, being at friendships, even with my kid. I'm learning to be selfish. Even in relationships, even at work, we need to learn how to be selfish. It's about time that people become selfish. I don't care what you guys say. I am being selfish as from today with everything. Whether it's my time, my energy, it's about time that I focus on myself. And I am saying this because I've recently hit a very huge hurdle in my life right now. We have gone back into therapy and things are just bonkers all over the place. And I've seen that I actually skipped out on it because I gave more to people. I gave all my all. And I never gave time for myself. I never focused on myself or gave myself the time to think, the time to reflect, the time to just de-stress. And that has weighed a lot on me and is currently weighing a lot. Oh God, I'm about to cry even. And is currently weighing a lot on me. People need to be selfish. I'm being selfish. If y'all have a problem, don't talk to me.
So it's interesting you said you gave all your all, ne? So I want to ask, in terms of giving, do you think people should give their best as opposed to their all?
Yeah, I think
because your all means like usalungana next.
Yeah, I literally gave my all in selling an annex.
Right. So now it's about giving your best.
My best.
Yeah. So, but now here's a question, right? And this is controversial, Mist, and to you. If South Africa becomes selfish, right, and this is the topic and that we started off saying with about national for foreigners, right? So being selfish means South Africans first, and you know what that means?
It ends up to what we are currently going through.
Right. So what's your take, Wutuke, on the topic of being selfish? If SA becomes selfish, what does that look like?
Unfortunately, at this moment, SA being selfish looks it does not look nice because it was not for me. It was not put into a perfect structure. It was not structured correctly, and you need to also understand that the fact that why we're being selfish is because it's time for us to actually clean up. It also comes back to you. So listen, when I say clean up, I mean it's time for us to basically go back to the formal structure where everybody needs to actually abide by the law. Hence, we also have the Madlanga Commission going on and calling out all the big shots that are out there who have been selfish with resources that are meant to be shared with the people. And now, unfortunately, they are going to be prosecuted for the selfish deed. So also being selfish, it does not mean that you need to be greedy in a way. It just means that you just need to know when to say no at that moment and when to put a stop to it.
Afriberry, I wanna hear where is this coming from? Why the sudden turn of wanting to be selfish and be about you, and where is it coming from?
For me, it's coming from a place where I've realized that I've given a lot to such a point that I ended up sacrificing my mental state, my health-wise. I've literally, hence I spread it out. For me, it's not only about relationships or friendships. I've given a lot throughout different situations that I've been in, and it broke me down. It has broken me down. I remember that I told you guys last year that the whole part of me not being able to say no or me giving too much actually almost ended up with me being non-existent right now, because I felt like, you know what, I've given everything to everyone, yet at this moment I do not feel appreciated, or I do not feel like my efforts are being seen. So why am I pouring my heart and soul into something that does not deem any light into who I am or show my efforts? Yes? Like a
black hole.
Yeah, it's like a black hole. I gave everything.
Here's okay, go for it, Mr.
No, it's like a black hole. You keep throwing, nothing comes back.
Sure, but
no form of reciprocation.
Here's the thing, and you guys know that I've shared this quite a bit, or quite a few times, over the course of the year last year, even probably sometime earlier this year. Is that I'm one of those people, Mr. B, who I'm about self first, right? You'll just minimize it. No, later when that thing pops up. I'm about considering one first, yourself first, right? Because, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but before you are a brother, Mr. B, you're an individual. Before you are a father, you're an individual. Before you are Mr. B, who takes care of the technicals and whatever else, you are an individual. Right, and so someone else out there would argue and say, but MooCee, that sounds so selfish, which is not the case. But before you can pour into people, you need to fill up your cup first, because you can't be pouring from an empty cup. But here's the tricky part, Afriberry, in saying that, and this is where I think a lot of people miss it, right, is that people pour into your cup as well. So as much as you are saying, I gave so much of myself to people and I was left with nothing, there are people who are pouring in your cup that you don't realize. The smallest of things of asking Mr. B for a day off is him pouring into your cup. You're asking your mom for a small favor, Mama, please help me with 1, 2, and 3. That's her pouring into your cup. You venting out to a friend about whatever you're going through, that's someone pouring into your cup. So I think that's where we need to be very cognizant and wary when we say that it's all about me, it's all about me, it's all about me. And this is something that I try teaching my nephews, that the world needs not, or the world not even needs not, but it doesn't revolve around any of us as individuals, right? And I think the beauty of it is even in recognizing that you are an individual first before you are all these other roles that you play in life. You are not living in silos. You are living amongst people. Just minimize on the pad thing or more. There we go. You are an individual, but you are not living in silos. You're a person who engages with other people, either socially or work-wise like this, or in a family setting, or relationship-wise. You have a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever the case, or you are in a situationship. Those people are pouring into you in the smallest of ways that you and I might recognize, but when you sit and step back and think about it for a second, you're like, hey, Maraviti, when I was going through this, I actually spent quite a lot of time limos and you didn't realize. And you find, those kinds of moments, Mr. P, where you end up being close with someone that you didn't think, but it's for a certain period of time, because not everyone is meant to spend years and years in your life. Some people are there just for 2 minutes. Motho a spend 2, 3, 4 minutes in 2 months in your life. You're close, you're checking up on each other, and then they leave and you leave their life. But that person was there for a purpose, So I think, look, this is just where I'm coming in. I'm not trying to contend with where you are at in your life. And I love it for you. Like I am. I'm big on, guys, recognize yourself first. Be about self first. But being about self first means not that you have to discard everyone else in your life. It could be a random stranger, and you come across and you're like, hey, Dinsang, about going to a certain place. I don't know where Morris Isaacson Center for Music is, right? And you're taking a taxi from Middleland Square, Kochabavu Mall, and this person engages you for the taxi ride and leaves such an impact in your life. But you don't recognize that was that person pouring into your life. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That person could have been selfish about the piece of knowledge or about their energy and be like, hey, why are you asking me about? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that when I say that I'm being selfish, like Mr. B also said, it's not about me not actually giving. But what I'm saying is that I'm going to give my best, but not my all. Because what I have been doing is giving my all. And because of that, I ended up sacrificing my mental state and my health. Because at the end, I saw myself, I overexhausted myself.
Do you not think that there's someone who gave their all to you? You don't think so? In your life completely? There's no one who gave their all to you.
There probably is one or two.
Exactly.
But in the end, I always let them breathe. Like, for example, I'll show you right now. I have a best friend who's literally always there for me. But I have also seen that as a friend, I end up asking too much of that person. That right now, at this current moment, I've kind of like given a space between us so I don't become so dependent on her. And also, being selfish does not mean that I'm not going to help people. But it also just simply mean that it's me coming back to myself and reflecting within myself and trying to bring myself back together and piece whatever I think is missing at that time. It's not saying that when I'm being selfish with most of my time, I'm not going to still be out there supporting or helping whoever that needs my help. But it's just saying that at this moment, I'm just going to lend a helping hand but not give you the whole arm, because I still need to come back to me. So I still need to come back and focus on me. So what I'm saying is that throughout the years, especially last year, 2024, 2025, and this year, when it comes to different things, I saw that I gave my all too much, that I sacrificed myself. And now, unfortunately, as a person who suffers from depression, it's coming back to bite me.
But you have to be in closure. You have to be very, very wary in that, in being selfish, you have to recognize that people will give the same energy to you.
I know.
What you put out in the universe will come back tenfold. The universe is always listening, and the bill always comes due.
So perhaps maybe it's semantics, ne?
Absolutely.
By selfish, it's like you're focusing on yourself, but
yes,
not necessarily selfish.
Sure, I get it.
Because you won't make a profit by selling fish.
That's funny.
But also, I've seen it with my family, ne? Especially when you plow. There's a time where you have to come home and reap the rewards.
Absolutely.
Because there are times where I really call on my family, they guys go so, and they come through for me, right? And when they also call, I do the same. But I guess at the end of the day, Njoba Ngishuguti, we're probably talking about the same thing here, that you're just focusing on self now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very, very cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff. So after the break, I want to quickly give you the news recap that you might have missed earlier this morning. And then after that, we're going to be hanging out with some very cool musicians, man. This one gets me so excited. And one of these guys is someone I've seen plenty of times perform, man. And the energy that he brings. If you're a lover of jazz like me, this guitarist, man, it's crazy. Like, I try to contain my excitement, but whenever he's out there at church on a Tuesday, Magic Tuesdays at Someone Music Jam, it is energy on energy on energy on energy, and the levels are just are crazy and out of this world. So with that being said, quickly run to the loo, grab a glass of water, rehydrate, and then you and I and the rest of the Vooka Nation will see each other right after this. Coolio.
connected to Thabo Bester's escape. The Constitutional Court will reserve judgment. If it finds the extradition unlawful, Makudumana may challenge her detention and trial. If dismissed, the criminal case will continue in High Court. On your second news update, court slams Zuma's Stengrod tactics in arms deal case. The High Court ruled that Jacob Zuma deliberately delayed his arms deal trial using legal tactics. The judge ordered the trial to proceed without further interruptions, ending years of delays in corruption case. The Stengrod tactics refer to repeated legal challenges aimed at delaying a trial. The court said this harms the justice and public trust. The ruling focuses on Zuma and tells to finally face trial. The prosecution and defense must now agree on trial dates. The arms deal case is expected to begin, bringing a major corruption matter close to resolution after more than 20 years. On your third news headline, Ramaphosa fires Social Development Minister CCC Tolishi. President Ramaphosa has removed CCC Tolishi as Social Development Minister. The dismissal follows growing cost and obviously the young talent that is rising. Konala from Soweto in Jabavu, students from Mecca. I cannot wait for that interview. It sounds amazing, Mist. I cannot wait for that one. Hey, are you ready for that?
Okay, go, Mr. B. Sorry.
on trial. I was just a young child. Gave you 25 to life, all these years gone by, and you never asked why. All you did was pray to God, all you did was wait your time. Now you about to come home, and I'm about to have a child. It's gonna be worthwhile, it's gonna be worthwhile. Remember nights I cried, now we at the finish line. You was only 21 with a son on the run, no. You was living in the jungle, got charged for a murder and some weed and a gun, no. You was moving like Rumbo, did your time like a champ, never rumble. You was on the wrong path, you was young though. You ain't never let it break you, stay humble. We see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see the fire and the pain in my mama's eyes. I was just a little boy, I always wonder why. Cause you couldn't help raise me by your side. I was taught to speak the truth and never tell a lie, but I know you wasn't capable of homicide. You was just a real nigga, always down the ride. I thank God that he gave you a second time. You got caught up in the field, but you still alive. For the fam, yeah, I know you never jeopardized. All the time that you did it only made you wise. Collect call 30 seconds, yeah, I love you. Learned a lot of life lessons from my uncles. This a letter to my pops up top, and it's still fuck cops. I don't eat pork chops, no. Alright, so we got the city on lock, it's going down, young jock, yeah. Then they put you on trial. I was just a young child. Gave you 25 to life, all these years gone by, and you never asked why. All you did was pray to God, all you did was waste your time. Now you about to come home, and I'm about to have a child. It's gonna be worthwhile, it's gonna be worthwhile. Remember nights I cried, now we at the finish line. All these
these trials, tribulations, all these trials, situations, trials we facing, times we was waiting. Now we at the finish line. Now we at the finish line. Damn near fell, got the call on my cell that my pops got robbed and he got shot up. I was working at SP, that was in KP. I was focused on making me $1. His business got lost, his life almost
Looking
lost.
all
I was
things
in the parking
artistry
lot
and
thinking
musicianship right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. The time right about now is 15 minutes after the hour, 9 o'clock on a Friday morning, the 15th of May. That's crazy. It's 15 minutes and it's the 15th of May 2026, and we're still giving you your daily dose of positivity that is accompanied by a very energetic start to the day. We do this every weekday morning, Monday to Friday, and how you and I can engage each other is by you using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. But it needs not end there. It also continues on our WhatsApp line. I need you to dial the number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. Comment, like, subscribe, and do the things that are necessary to be done so that you and I and Mr. B and Afriberry and Mr. Mo and of course the rest of the Vooka Nation can continue sharing our thoughts, our opinions, and everything else in between. Like I said before the break, or before the news recap that Afriberry gave us, I'm so excited for the conversation that I'm about to jump into, man. Whenever we have musicians in the room and in the space, I can't keep it in, man, because it's all exciting stuff. And this morning I'm going to be engaging young men who are the next generation of jazz. At least I think so, in my very humble 2 cents worth of an opinion, because I myself am a jazz head, man, and their teacher, their instructor, Mr. Pelelani, is such an amazing performer, guys. Like, I wish, Mr. B, I always say that whenever I talk about SMJ, Sabona Music Jam, I feel like I'm not doing justice. I feel like I'm not giving it what it is, man. You would know, my brother, like, you really need to be in the space to understand what it's like, the energy there, when my soul is just hyping up the crowd, man, and the energy is just up there. But this morning, we're in conversation with the students of the Maurice Isaacson Center for Music. This is the Maurice Isaacson Center for Music, situated right here in Soweto, in Jabavu, right? And a very, very exciting space, a space that offers young people the chance and the opportunity to come through and take up the craft and the art of musicianship. I love it. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome. We appreciate, Mr. Pelelani, you guys taking the time. Yes, sir. Absolutely. So let's first talk about what the Center for Music is, right? Because someone heard us earlier talking about the Center for Music and heard me earlier talking about how we were at the celebration of Africa Day last year, all right? So what is the Center for Music, or the Maurice Isaacson Center for Music, and what does it offer for young upcoming musicians?
Maurice Isaacson Center for Music is basically an institution,
yes, sir,
in the heart of Soweto, Jabavu, that offers music education to the community of Soweto and, other communities.
Yes, sir.
Soweto, in and around Soweto. It's just to create opportunities through music and to develop young aspiring musicians.
Yes, sir.
Create more opportunities rather than music. It can be academically, your life growth as a person, how you grow. We teach values, very strong values.
I love that.
Endurance, perseverance. So it's not only about music education, it's just human development.
I love that. I love the discipline aspect of it, because I think that's something that's quite lacking in the space of artistry and musicianship specifically. And the connotation around music is that we as artists and musicians and singers were taken as if music. That's how they refer to it. Hey, music. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But I think the next generation, we should really instill values, like you mentioned, and discipline on such a level that when they get to the age that we are, even older, and they have another generation that they can pass on these teachings and values to, musicianship is regarded and viewed in a very different light, So I love that. So let's get to Amatita. I know we have Untsako, we have Karabo, right? A guitarist and a flutist, right? And he dabbles in keys as well. Multi-instrumentalist. I love that, man. So guys, talk to me. Karabo, let me come to you first, my brother. When you first joined, or how did you first join the Center for Music? Who introduced you to it, and where did the love for music come from?
Okay, I joined music school. I joined Mekem when I was in grade 4. I was 9 years old.
Really?
Yes.
It's crazy.
So I joined there, played as a flutist. To be fairly honest, I wasn't actually inspired at all. Like, I kind of feel like I was forced
to go into music.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. But like as time went, I actually found the love for music.
Oh wow!
Because now when I listen to music, it feels different. Like I actually listen to music.
Yes, sir.
I understand music to a certain level.
Yes, sir. So you joined when you were 9.
Yes.
And this year you're turning
17.
That's crazy. What?
Oh, I turned 17.
You turned 17 this year. That's crazy. I'll tell you, Mr. Pennant, I started music when I was 14, 15, 16. So I was slightly later, But that's crazy. As a 9-year-old already, you're taking up an instrument, which a lot of adults would struggle with now. If you were to take a 35, 40-year-old and sit them down and try to teach them, this is how you hold the flute, and this is how the basics and the theory of music, just the major scale. There is 8 and this one is 8, and it's crazy. Mr. Ntako, let me come to you. How's your journey? Because Karabo says he started when he was 9 and he took up the flute and he feels like he was forced. Do you have a similar story, or is yours different?
My story is a bit different.
Okay.
Because I joined the music school because of him.
Oh.
Because he's my best friend.
I see.
So he saw that I can sing and stuff. Then he told me that he's in a music school and I should join.
Okay.
Then I came to the music school and I talked to Seppi Lelani, who is an inspiration to me at this point, because he's my teacher. He has taught me so many different things has taught me to become a better person in a way. And I really appreciate him for that, because not him specifically, every teacher at Mekem, because they teach you so many different values about your life journey, and respect yourself.
Yes, sir.
And I really appreciate it, and it was good. It's a great experience being at Mekem, honestly.
I can see the excitement in your face. It's really coming through. You can tell that it's a good space, man. But let me ask you about, did you also join at a young age?
No.
Or it was later for you?
I joined last year.
Last year?
Yes.
So him starting at 9 and you only celebrating your first year now at the institution. What has it been like for you?
It's been an amazing journey,
yes,
honestly.
Sir.
Honestly, it has been amazing. I've learned so many different things, and I'm really appreciative of that.
I love it. I love it for you. I get excited for young musicians, man. I can't help it. But Mr. Penelani, the young man is saying that he finds you to be such an inspiration to him. Let me dive into your journey now as a facilitator, as an instructor, as a teacher at Mekem. I mean, who would you have thought that someday you'd find yourself in a position of passing on the craft to those who are coming behind you?
I've always thought about that, especially in the recent years, maybe 5 years or 6 years ago. The thought was lingering in my mind. So, because when I picked up an instrument back in the days, I didn't have a teacher, I didn't have someone to look up to. So I struggled with a lot of things. I didn't even know that you had to tune a guitar before you play it. So we didn't have YouTube at that time.
Yeah.
I didn't have access to YouTube.
Yes,
was there. So it was just trial and error. I learned everything by ear, listening to the radio stations and playing along with them. So part of me wanting to teach is that I want to make it easy for the young ones who are coming after us, so that they won't face the challenges that we faced growing up and learning music.
I mean, the young men are saying that, or even for me, it's sounding like it's not just about the journey of music and artistry at the institution. They both mention respect and values and teachings that not only work for artistry and musicianship, but you can take into your life as well, outside of the institution, outside of being an artist. So I want to dive into the teaching learning relationship and aspect of being at the institution. What is it like for you? What's the thing that prompts you, or how do you go into a lesson with these young people to try and give them the right direction, and so that they don't walk away saying, "Ay, Mr. Pelelani, se Pelelani." What's that like? How do you navigate that space?
For me personally, I never really liked school, ever since I was young. So I didn't want to create that for them because, our teachers back in the days were strict, we were afraid to even voice out our opinions. But I want to create a safe space for them, a safe learning space for them, whereby we can engage not just musically, but they can also share their personal struggles, their personal journeys with me, and I want to create a safe haven for them while they are still in class and learning at the same time. And we always try to make our lessons fun so that they always look forward to the next lesson. I think it's a friendly relationship. At the same time, you have to be serious and do what we can.
Take your artistry very seriously, right? It's not just a hobby. It's not a fleeting thing. Yes. I love that. Karabo, let me come to you, my brother. As someone who started at the age of 9 and you're 17 now, you're very close to completing a decade of being a musician. That's such a young age. Not too many people can say that, which is crazy for me. But when we talk about just artistry and musicianship and being an instrumentalist, from what you've experienced at being at the institution, where would you like to see yourself going as a musician, specifically in South Africa as well?
Oh, okay. Okay, that's a trick question. I've never actually I never actually asked myself that.
Yeah.
If I were to become something, of course I'd play a piano and
play the piano and just perform on big stages.
Yes,
sir.
It's like gig, and especially jazz gigs. I love jazz. Jazz is interesting. It's crazy. The chords, everything there. It's I can't even explain it. I can't even explain it.
I feel the passion. Yeah. I do. I really do.
I can't even explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's that big.
Yeah, it's that big.
Yeah. I see you. Mr. Ntako, same for you. Where would you like to see yourself? Years from now. Let's say 10 years from now as a musician.
Honestly, I would like to see myself on big stages.
Yes, sir.
And I wouldn't want to see myself specifically alone, because I went through this journey with my best friend, and I want him there because he played sort of an important role in my musicianship.
Yes, sir.
So, and which led to us forming a band. And I'm glad that we formed a band because we get to experience so many different aspects of us by playing and singing and stuff, and I appreciate it.
That's so cool. That's so cool, Mr. Pelelani. I wish we could have went through something like this in our young ages, as young musicians 10-15 years ago, and we're only experiencing this now in our late 20s, mid 30s, but I love this for the young man. So for someone who's watching, who's a parent perhaps, and has seen that their child has a passion for music or has a gift for musicianship or artistry, and would perhaps want them to be like a Ntsako, a Karabo, and come and be a student at the institution, how does one go about that, and what would they have to look forward to when they come and become a student?
Yes. So the process is quite simple. We have online registrations and online applications, but we also cater for those who don't have resources to apply online or register online. So they can simply just walk in the office, and then everything that they want or the answers that they need, they will get from the office.
Yes, sir.
It's just a simple process, no fees, no nothing. You just walk in, you tell us
register.
your story,
Yes, sir.
tell us about your child, and then you register. If you are lucky enough, if maybe it's still early, maybe around Feb, Jan, we can take your child immediately.
Yeah. I love that. And when a student walks in the first lesson or in the lessons as they go through, what do I look forward to? What can I expect even from any of the facilitators or the instructors like yourself?
The first few lessons, I like to think of them as they are the most hardest lessons, because it's all about discipline, technique. It's not about playing. So don't expect to come to your first lesson and
you're already
think that
playing.
you're gonna be playing after that. No, it takes
a while.
A much higher level of discipline and months. But the way we prepare them, we try to ensure that by May, which is now Africa Day Festival, at least they can get on stage and do something, and be part of the ensembles that we have in the center, because we have quite a number of them. So they can find their space and join one of the ensembles and showcase their skills.
I'm so excited. I can't wait for next week. And Taco, let me talk to you. In celebrating Africa Day and Africa Month next week, what can we look forward to from you guys?
So you can look forward to us playing as a band.
Yes, sir.
Ingaba Yomhubo. Ingaba
Yomhubo.
Yes.
I love these names.
So, which features 6 members.
Okay, it's a 6-piece band.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and an African orchestra, which they will be playing. I will be singing just.
Okay,
yes.
just as yet.
Yeah.
Sure.
And
I see.
To have an amazing day.
I love that. I love that. Karabo, is there anything else you would add on that?
Oh yeah, what Pilelani said, I suggest the young kids to come and make him, because like now generation, like Kalama truth and stuff, like, kids don't know what to do with their life. Well, music has played a big role on my life. Like I could have been like, Konamanji, I could have been like
doing other stuff.
Yeah, plus I'm a kid from Soweto, so of course I'm in a,
you're exposed to the influences.
Yes, like in a bad environment and stuff. So like music can help little kids like to get out of that space.
I love that.
Yeah.
In closure, Mr. Pilelani, talk to me. Celebrating Africa Day and Africa Month next week on the 23rd. Someone who is watching and listening is finding all of this thing very interesting and says, you know what, MooCee, I want to come through. I want to come hang out with the Vooka Nation and with the team at Mickham. What can we expect as someone who's never visited the space?
Today is going to be very much exciting because we've added a little twist to our normal Africa Day festival.
Yes, sir.
We have guests. We have Soweto Theatre Orchestra.
Oh, nice.
We also have Soweto Theatre Dance Group.
Oh, wow.
We have Lutando Arts Academy joining us as well.
Okay.
And lastly, we have Morgan State University Choir.
Oh yes, from the United States.
Yeah, so it will be very much exciting. Because normally we just do an in-house.
Yeah.
Like we have our ensembles performing only, but now we have these guests, and I'm looking forward to it. So you can purchase your tickets on web ticket. It's just 50 rand.
Yes, sir.
It's on the 23rd of May. Starts from 10 to 2 p.m.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. I mean, last year was a jump as well. I mean, Angelic came through and he did the things, man. You know, and it was amazing. It was amazing to see young guys like Ukarabo Nontsako taking up jazz. I mean, we picked up jazz later. I remember I think 20 when I picked up jazz. You know, and I haven't looked back ever since. essence, guys. The space of jazz is just an amazing one. Gentlemen, I'm going to let you go for a second, just for a second, because later on we're going to be closing off the show with you guys giving us just a snippet of what we can expect next week, right? Like you mentioned, it's going to be such a high energy day filled with so much excitement and music. And thank you for coming through. But we're not letting you go just as yet. You can stay tuned. We're going to be showing out or closing off the show with them giving us just a bit of what we can expect next week at the Africa Day celebration taking place right here in Soweto at the Morris Isaacson Center for Music. So with that being said, let me quickly go rehydrate, grab a glass of water, pay my bills, and then after that I'm going to be giving you my hot take for this Friday. But with that being said, don't go anywhere and don't change that dial.
It's up and down, I'm in a gambling phase. We're going round and round, it's a trampoline stay. Oh, it's like I never run out of breath. And I don't care if we make a mess, it doesn't matter what's coming next. So can we just be bonafide? Girl, you got me waking up confused, lost in time. Every moment tastes like summer, can never get enough. Summer sugar kisses left behind, and I don't wanna fall in love, just wanna be yours. Can we just be bonafide? Can we just be bonafide? It's stuck in this situation and let go all inhibitions now with no intermission. Why are you so goddamn cold? Tell me why, cause you know this ain't no love. So can we just be bonafide? Girl, you got me waking up confused, lost in time. Every moment tastes like summer, can never get enough. Summer sugar kisses left behind, and I don't wanna fall in love, just wanna be yours. Oh, don't wanna be your love. Oh, let's keep it on the low, keep it on the low, cause you know this ain't no love. I want you to be bonafide. Sure, you got me waking up confused.
Lost in Time, very cool stuff, man. I'm singing because this Friday morning we're celebrating all things artistry and musicianship, man. You see, if it were up to me and had we prepared in time, I would join the gents, man, and do a very amazing song that I love called Man, I wish you could hear Mr. Penelani perform the song, guys. It's amazing. It's crazy. But perhaps if you make your way to the Morris Isaacson Center for Music on the 23rd of May, perhaps we could pull something together, man. E-flat major, come on, man. By the amazing singer and musician Babu Winston Mangungungozi. Yakalinkomo was a jazz standard back in the 1960s, right here in South Africa, and has become such a household song that a lot of jazz musicians take up. But with that being said, 38 minutes after the hour 9 o'clock. I quickly want to give you my hot take for this morning. But with that being said, guys, at 10 to 10, just 10 minutes before we close off the show, the guys are going to be coming back on and giving us what they have prepared for us this morning. And this is just in preparation and in anticipation for next week, Saturday, which is the 23rd of May. A couple of beautiful comments have been coming through right there on our YouTube comment section. And I'm going to start right at the top. Unolutando Nolu Limited said, "Hi Vooka Nation, checking in. I really want to hear you unpack about the situation happening in Johannesburg currently. And then Umam Tembi, hello Mam Tembi. Mam Tembi says a very good morning, Vooka Nation, and to Underground Radio GBN and our best energetic Vooka team on a beautiful sunny Friday morning. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Hashtag Sivugile. And then she says, happy blessed Friday. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. Good morning, Mr. Mist and Mr. B and Afriberry and KK. Unfortunately, Mam Tembi, KK is no longer with us, but we are still continuing. And then Tumelo Lungile came through and says, Mr. Mtembu and the crew were here to listen and engage in all things positive. And then Upaseka mentioned that there was no sound and we sorted that out. And then Tumelo comes back and says, I think there's some, okay. Simamikalani came through saying, good morning, Vooka Nation, happy Friday, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Ulungile Zapi, hello Ulungile Zapi from the Mickham, right? She says, oh yeah, when just people giving love to the team from Mickham, man. And Mahlatim Tutuzi says, my brothers came through. Samuel Makwe says spirit and just giving you fire. And then Utumelo Lungile comes through and says, we're all forced into passion because you're only passionate about the thing you're good at. No, Lou says, I really love what I'm hearing. I'm all for the arts education. Hopefully we can have a word or two about collaboration and stuff. Big ups to you guys. And then Utumelo says, beautiful, Mr. Mtembu. Brotherhood through music. This is beautiful. I love it, guys. Nandipa Payona comes through as well. And Utumelo says, so powerful. You can see that these two boys are fond. They'll never change or something like that, I'm sure. And then Lungile says, beautiful, thanks to the Vooka Breakfast Show for the platform. And then Makhazim Tutuzi ends it off saying, thank you for having those three guys today. I am disappointed they didn't give me a shout out. Guys, come on. Okay, I'll give you a shout out, Makhazi. I'll give you a shout out. Shout out to you for coming in and hanging out with us. So, guys, with that being said, let me quickly give you my hot take for this morning. You know that I always give you the hot take in your ring, right, Afriberry? And my hot take this morning. My hot take for this morning, right, is that not every hobby needs to become a side hustle. Okay. Not every hobby needs to become a side hustle.
I agree with you on that one.
You agree with me?
I agree with you on that one,
Mr.
because I totally agree.
How about you? Okay. The general claim here is that society celebrates the idea that every passion should be monetized. If you bake, start a business. If you paint, sell your art. If you play music, stream it. The general belief is that hobbies only have value if they generate income.
That's not true. For me, I feel like I agree with you when you say that not every hobby needs to become an income, because some people are basically maybe just doing it for their own downtime.
Sure.
It's their way to relax.
Sure.
And when you add in the monetary factor into it, they lose the one part that makes them feel at ease, feel at home. Sure. So why should it just be like that? Or they miss something that just creates or adds that bit of fun into their life.
I see.
So I definitely agree with you on that one.
I love that. Mr. B?
So I think the founder of KFC, it was a hobby for him. So he had established just one store.
Okay.
And it was just one, until someone came through and franchised the entire thing. So now we're enjoying KFC, right? So for him, yes, it was a hobby, but it can also be monetized. But the difference here is obviously it needs someone else to come through and take what you have done and monetize it. So I say yes, it can be, just as long as someone comes through to take that on a business level and monetize the entire thing.
So would you encourage everyone who has a hobby to monetize and turn it into a business?
Yeah, absolutely.
Every hobby?
Yeah, because look, on a Monday morning, guys, on a Monday morning, people suffer from strokes, heart attacks, because they don't love what they do.
Yeah, but it's a hobby. It's not your passion.
Sharp. So if we're talking about the workplace, people don't like or love what they do. Now imagine if you were able to make money from what you actually love.
No, you don't necessarily love it. You're just doing it as a
but here's the question, Afriberry. Can you have a hobby that you don't like? Let's be honest.
Sure, love is maybe taking it a bit extreme.
I think that's where we are.
A hobby you don't love, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that possible? No,
Yes.
give me examples. I disagree.
No,
guys.
I think there's a difference between like and love. There's people who play the guitar, but they don't necessarily love it. They wouldn't do it like Mr. Pelelani or in Tsako, where you're really invested in it and learning and seeing yourself sometime getting on stage. You might not be on big gigs, on big stages, but from time to time, a coffee shop here, a jazz banyana here.
Yeah, make money
with
from
friends,
that.
you're just
we're not saying go out and make millions, né? But if you're playing at a bar, get paid for it.
No, you are called by a Muslimist who put on a nice event at Nikki's Jazz Bar, and I want an opening.
Yeah, then
just
give
to
him
entertain people.
Give him a nice brown envelope.
He's saying because he's been learning
and then sharp, he gets good, né? Because here's the thing about hobbyists. Sometimes people, hobbyist, it's a word.
Sure, no, it is.
So sometimes people think, as a hobbyist, you are an amateur. But it's possible, Luguti, I just do this as a hobby. I play golf,
prodigy,
but then
maybe not.
No, not a
okay,
prodigy.
but you're talented. Okay,
yes, right.
Sure.
And you're functioning at a high level.
Sure.
So people think being a hobbyist is just you being an amateur. No.
So you would encourage every hobby to be turned into a business and monetized?
Eventually.
It's crazy.
Eventually.
Anyway, here's my bold claim.
Sure, let's go.
My claim is that not every hobby needs to become a side hustle. Turning joy into commerce often kills the very spark that made it joyful in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I agree.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So the myth versus
that part I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, fair, guys. So here's the myth. The myth is that monetizing hobbies empowers people and creates financial freedom. But the reality is that it often adds stress, deadlines, and pressure. Studies show that when hobbies are commercialized, people report low satisfaction and higher burnout. What was once play becomes work.
Now, with all that you've mentioned,
sure,
it's I'm seeing it right here. Because we're also in the artistic space.
Sure.
There's pressure.
Sure.
Right? There's deadlines.
Sure.
But now, my question is, can you rise to the highest level without the pressure? Can you perform on those stages, né?
Maybe
without
not.
the pressure? So I think the pressure is also something that is needed. It is a catalyst towards helping you achieve greatness.
Okay.
So you need it. Because if you're just a hobbyist by yourself, performing and playing for yourself, I don't think you'll really go anywhere. But now imagine if you have to stand on the stage, Sase Mickham, on a Saturday. These kids are going through good stress,
sure,
and it allows them to push further towards pushing their craft.
Okay,
yeah,
I love that. I love that. Anyway, the cultural critique is that in South Africa, hustle culture is everywhere, from baking to. Let me quickly. Let me do this very quickly.
So I'm laughing because Umam Sbanbani Sagaya Baker.
And it was a hobby.
And then you support.
Business,
yeah, and then you support and you find out.
Exactly.
As a business.
Exactly.
Right.
So do you monetize those kinds of hobbies? Where Maria Zizo, they don't slap.
Because that's what you're saying. Because you find that your mom is like the best chef at home, and then and then people complain my paplako is not okay. Because
it's a different mindset, though.
The problem with that is that when you come with a business mindset, now everything has to be under pressure. You don't enjoy cooking. You don't take your own time. Now you are pressurized to cook pap within an hour. Everything needs to be like this. You end up losing the joy.
Look, people are watching, man.
Sure.
Right. Does this give you a different energy? Knowing that people are watching.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Right.
But this is not a hobby, though. That's the difference.
Sure.
What I do, what we do, what the gents do at Mickham, it's not a hobby.
It's not a hobby.
It's a passion.
Eventually, guys, you can monetize and turn.
That I don't disagree
Okay, so maybe the conversation or what I'm arguing for is that
I'm not saying
one
it can be
can move
monetized. You can from hobby to turning it into a commercial business.
Sure.
But what I'm saying is that not every hobby wena umntana uthanda ukucula endlini sesiyam-encourage zama opela mara
Uyazi ukuthi uyabhimba.
do you get what I'm trying to do you see where I'm at, right? So like I was saying that in South Africa, in South Africa, hustle culture is everywhere, from baking businesses to TikTok side hustles. But here's the problem: we've blurred the line between leisure and labor, right? Instead of hobbies being spaces of rest and creativity, they're now judged by profit margins, and we've lost the art of doing something simply because it makes us happy. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And the shockers and some of the evidence that we have with regards to this is that surveys reveal that most side hustles earn less than minimum wage when hours are calculated. And here's a shocker. Many people admit they stopped enjoying their hobby once they tried to monetize it. The promise of empowerment often turns into exhaustion.
Okay, so again, let me just do a check-in.
Sure.
Broadcasting. Let's start with you, Afriberry. Is this a profession or is this a hobby for you?
It's a profession, it's not a hobby, because with a hobby I wouldn't be coming on a daily basis or being committed to different things that has to do with the broadcasting itself. For me, if it was for a hobby, my hobby is knitting. I haven't knitted in a while. I just bought wool. I don't have knitting, so I don't have a needle. So that's a hobby for me, because it's not a must for me to just put in all the effort into it. I can do it whenever.
Point exactly. Obviously the fact that you don't consider what you need to like keep doing knitting, it will be virtually impossible for you to turn this thing into a profitable thing.
But if you were to take it up more seriously, it could possibly turn into something, especially it's winter now, it's cold.
So then it moves from being a hobby
to a business now,
a profession.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's where my contention is, that you don't need to turn things that you enjoy doing on a, not so regular basis. Now when I saw funa ukwenza imali manje, bona roka waparedi katiba tsa gago, we support you. So funa ukuthengisela six support manje, you're putting pressure on us, bafethi my friends. So wenza my Facebook page,
I'm starting a baking business. I am starting a baking business.
So closing it off, right? And here's a challenge that I want to pose to you as we prepare for the gents to come through after this. Let's be honest. Have you ever turned a hobby into a hustle and lost the joy? Or do you believe every passion should pay? Not every hobby needs to be a business. Sometimes the most valuable thing you can do is enjoy it without putting a price tag on it. And that's my hot take for this Friday morning. With that being said, Afriberry, let's close it off. Find out, what do you have planned for this weekend?
I actually don't have any plans for this weekend.
Okay.
I'll be at home. I was supposed to go to my other grandmother's funeral here in Snake Park, but my grandmother said, no, you got to sit at home.
Okay.
So otherwise, I'll be at home with the kids while everybody else goes and attend my grandfather's funeral. That's about it. Otherwise, I'll be at home this weekend.
Well, you can hang out with us as a Vooka team. Some of us are going to be out at Dobsonville Mall tomorrow throughout the entirety of the day. And this is in connection with the Dobsonville Knowledge Knockout, taking place, I think, from 9-10 in the morning, Mr. P, if I'm correct. And we're going to be out there as the Vooka Breakfast Show, streaming it live on our platforms, guys. So you can catch that out. Contestants who are from the 4th grade all the way to the 7th grade, and 24 of them will be competing for 3 prizes, which are: the first prize is going to be walking away with a laptop, second prize is a Samsung tablet, and the third prize is a Lenovo, if I'm not mistaken, a Hisense tablet, man. So the Dobsonville Knowledge Knockout will be taking place at Dobsonville Mall from 9 a.m. in the morning. I'm not sure, I think maybe until 2, if I'm not mistaken. And so that's where we will be spending our Saturday. But with that being said, I've had such an amazing time hanging out with you, spending great quality time with yourself and myself, the one and only MOOCEE, Mr. And with that being said, let you and I, Afriberry, Mr. B, and Mr. Mo see each other Monday morning, but tomorrow as well. But as we do this on a day-to-day basis, Monday morning between the hours of 8 and 10, giving you a daily dose of positivity that is accompanied by an energetic start to the day. 30 seconds of them just setting up, and then we will enjoy the music from Ingaba Yohubo right after the break. With that being said, stay safe, stay warm, and I'll see you. Coolio.
재미없어 진이유를 찾았어 I've been wasting all this time finding words to let go Cause I'm looking for Neverland Backtracking on memory lanes Hoping it's not just a wonder I can't be watching Waiting for changes Wondering for the right time Cause I noticed we came to a pavement that crumbles It's just a merry-go-round I don't think it's you, might be me There's just so many things going on But when I'm with you, it feels so new Cause I'm on a secret, I'm all alone falling I've been off and on with you Tell me why it's so hard to choose Going in circles, running round Cause I'm looking for Neverland Backtracking on memory lanes Hoping it's not just a wonder I can't be watching Waiting for changes
What's up, fam? You chilling with your boy Moeketsi Maimane, aka Max for maximum temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature. Let's go.
Famous Naomi P. Umkabayi Gamakosazana.
Hang out with myself, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is MooCee Mist.
On the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Why you wanna break me so? Delilah, Delilah, why you wanna break me so? I can tell you've been mixing from the sign you've been given. How you so dangerous? How you played enough? Know me straight enough? Know me waking up? Fine girl, she want me. Give her my love, only till my love. She want me, she do me that, she do me. Fine girl, she want me. Give her my love, only till my love. She want me, she do me that, she do me. Delilah.
The great sounds of Cobra singing Delilah. So with that being said, like I promised you, Inqaba Yohubo is going to be closing off the show this morning, and it's been such an amazing morning, man. It's nice and warm in this side, or rather on this side of Johannesburg, in the heart of Soweto Top Sandton, right next to Zondi Hills, just before you get to Bromfisher Kloof. And I'm so excited for the music that both you and I are about to enjoy. I thought Mr. Perelani will be joining them, man, but I think it is only right to give the gents and the next generation, a chance and a space. Because when we came into the space, there were people who were standing on the sidelines as well, saying, guys, go for it and showcase your talent. So with that being said, Untako and Lukarabo are going to be closing it off for us. So with that being said, let's enjoy some great music, and we will see each other next week. Shout out to Inqaba Yehuba. Talk to me, my brother.
One more song.
Do you want to play one more? Absolutely, please go for it. Absolutely.
Guys,
Shout out to Umtu. They're saying shout out to Umtu. A couple of comments are already coming in, man. I love it. I see Jack Luroli coming through on a shout out to Jack Luroli from Karabo and Sako, man. I love it. And Jack Luroli is saying, looking forward to Inqaba Yehuba. Tebo Mulo is saying great stuff from Mr. Mtembu and the boys. And then Upasaka comes through and says, it's not nice getting paid for doing something you enjoy. It brings unnecessary pressure. But people are loving the music and we're still enjoying it. We're still continuing, man. Let's go for it, guys.
Okay, 1, 2. I found the love for me. Darling, just dive right in and follow my lead. I found the girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love. Don't know what it was. I will not give you this time. Darling, just wait. I'm gonna be outside of
And that's how we close off this week's and this morning's edition of the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. And all of this music can be expected even more, right there at the Morris Isaacson Center for Music on the 23rd of May 2026. It's going to be a Saturday. All things start at 10 o'clock all the way to 2, even 3, because they can even go longer. Last year was such a hype that we ended up leaving the venue at about 8 p.m. at night. And that's how much of a vibe it becomes. So with that being said, we love all the engagement that we've received from every single one of you, and we want to continue with all of this hype. But from myself, the one and only MOOCEE, Mr. My name is MooCee, Mr. And let you and I and the Vooka Breakfast Show and the Vooka team and the Vooka Nation see each other tomorrow morning, but as well as on Monday, where we continue giving you a daily dose of positivity that is accompanied by an energetic start to the day. So stay safe, stay warm, stay cautious, and God willing, we will see each other next time. Yes, sir.
I've been high, working hard, just so I could say I told you so. I told you so.
You on trial, I was just a young child. Gave you 25 to life, all these years gone by.